Okay, so I'm making this movie because I'm having a hard time conveying my idea for getting flying up all of the beam bottoms. So there's your two beams down below, and this is your form setup. And what this won't be on there. This is just, we're just going to fly a bunch of beam bottoms in, wham, bam, bam, and then nail these down behind them. But I had to find a way to do it and be able to straddle these two beams without knocking them over. So I had this idea to use tube steel down both sides. So this is a 16-foot section and an 18-foot piece of tube steel, could be 3 inch probably, and then put these 12-inch tabs on them. Use the coil rods on either side in order to space them so they don't come together underneath of the form while we're flying it, and it'll hold it steady. And then I got these Crosby clamps on here and a hole up on top, and then we would just tie this off with a 4-point rig to get it up there. This is the way. This is the only way I can think of that um, they're going to let us do it. I don't know if there's a better way, but um, because of the way that this is built with these 2x8s, it's going to be very heavy. And that plywood, we can't just put something underneath of there and pick it up because the plywood's just going to buckle. So this will keep it flat. We can set them down flat. And if we want to, we can make um, this real tall and fly in a whole bunch of the walls at one time. Um, but I don't see any way. This thing is so heavy. I don't see any way to do it more than a 16-foot piece at a time. So there's the length of your beam. So you basically, let's see here, we would be 2.5 pieces. So we'll have to have an 8-foot piece for later on. Let's uh, let's just do this. Um, yep. And then fly the next one in and set it right there. And then you just need an 8-foot piece on the end. So that'll do two real quick. And then while they're rigging up the next one, then whoever's up here needs to nail this down, snap out the lines and get it all nailed down. So because the wall, when it goes up there, it can lay flat on top of this platform, and we could fly up the walls, everything at one time, and then just stand them up, nail them down, then kick them off. So the only other thing I could see that might be a problem is how we're going to kick these off, and then how much walk room we're going to have over here for Yates to, do their work. So I don't know if we need to offset, like, oh, I don't know, maybe offset it over like that more or something. Here, I'll show you on this side. Do we offset it like that? The problem with that is that it's going to be too heavy on one side. And when Yates steps on that, I'm afraid there's too much cantilever on that. And there'll be nothing holding it down except that form until we get all the decking done. So I don't know that I would do that. I think putting up the handrail or whatever they're going to do up there is kind of on them. But let me know what you think. And if this, I can have this welded up here. All I need are these two side pieces made. But we're going to have to get engineering on it and get a. I can go get one of those metal tags and get it etched or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. But it's going to have an engineer stamp. So there you go. That's the only thing I could think of. Is what'll happen. Let's get rid of that. Is once this thing is set down, we just take this one nut off of both sides and then set this up on the top up here, put them back together real quick, and then fly that whole flat all the way back down. Put another beam bottom on it. The only other way I could think to do this is to slide them sideways, but I'm afraid I'll knock one of these over when I do it. So this will set them down flat. It'll release them flat, and there won't be any weight against these to knock them over. So there you go. That's my whole idea. Let me know if that's a problem, or if you got a better idea. That I'm all ears.